Hello guys, welcome to a new Get Right Gaming news video, and yet again I have not so news today. Today I got you there. You thought I was going to say I have some spicy news, but no, I have something else planned for today's video. Today I wanted to talk about the Game Awards and predictions that I wanted to make for games that could show up on this show. The Game Awards every year are always a surprise. Sometimes you have big announcements that can be there. I remember the Xbox Series X got revealed at the Game Awards. Basically the next gen Xbox console was there. So sometimes the Game Awards can be a very big place for new announcements. So let's talk a bit about what we can see at the Game Awards. I wanted to do a little discussion video, predictions video now. Let's get into today's video. So what are my predictions for the Game Awards? One thing I'm pretty sure of that will show up at the Game Awards is Final Fantasy 16. Why do I think this? Well, we just actually do have some hot news from the press today. Just came out. Insider Gaming has an article on pre-orders going live for Final Fantasy 16 on December 7th and December 8th. And the Game Awards are, I believe, on December 8th. So that's pretty interesting. If we go to an article from Insider Gaming, Final Fantasy 16 pre-orders go live in December. And they also mention in this article that the Game Awards are close. And of course, we already heard that we would get a new trailer at the end of the year. And we would get the release date at the end of the year. If you can take one puzzle piece and another one, 1 + 1 is 2. The release date showing up with pre-orders going live for Final Fantasy 16 makes a lot of sense. So I am pretty sure we will see Final Fantasy 16 at least at the Game Awards. This does also mean that we won't see a PlayStation Showcase. I've made countless videos on PlayStation Showcase when we would ever see it, but I lost all hope. That will probably not happen anymore. Probably, hopefully next year in January or February that we will see the PlayStation Showcase, because I still believe that we need to see actually what are the games going to release in 2023. We only know of Spider-Man, but that's a whole nother story. So for the Game Awards, we have Final Fantasy 16 that I think will show up. But I also think Starfield will show up with Xbox there. Basically their presence, a big game. The game has already been delayed. Redfall could also show up at the Game Awards, and there are some rumors towards Redfall having a beta very soon and a release date around March-ish. So if those rumors are true, then it does need to happen very soon, that announcement. Maybe the Redfall announcement will even happen before the Game Awards, and that Starfield is for the Game Awards. I still hope that Starfield can make it for early 2023 and that it's not going to be delayed another time. I can see Starfield maybe release around the May period or June period, somewhere there. That would be very cool, hopefully. I just hope Starfield can make it. But Xbox does need to have some presence at the Game Awards. They can't just go with Sony having all the awards, because God of War is amazing. By the way, I've played it and it's nominated for Game of the Year. I think Xbox needs a presence there as well for just the future for Xbox and the announcements. So I do think Starfield will show up in some capacity. If that is with a new release date or just some new trailer, I don't know, but it will probably be there. The next thing, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I think it's highly possible that we will see something Zelda related at the Game Awards as well. The Zelda is a pretty big fan of friends, shall I say, of the Game Awards. Sorry. The Breath of the Wild, I believe, was Game of the Year. Showing off the sequel towards Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom at the Game Awards also makes a lot of sense to me. And it also has already a release date that one for May. But to see, for instance, a gameplay like showcase for it on the Game Awards, or like a gameplay trailer in depth to show off more gameplay, because that's what we're probably now going to see. Now, the problem with Zelda showing up is Nintendo can easily do a new Direct in January, because they do have a lineup with games coming in January and February. The new Fire Emblem is coming in January, and Octopath Traveler 2 is for February. So if they want to have their own kind of big live stream, big Nintendo Direct with gameplay for Tears of the Kingdom, then that could also be shown there instead of the Game Awards. But I do think they could show off Tears of the Kingdom on itself alone. And also because of the fact I do think Nintendo has more games coming up in the later part of 2023. And I think they want to keep that for their own shows and their own live stream, their own Nintendo Direct. I think they're going to separate Tears of the Kingdom's marketing with the Nintendo Direct. That's my own theory, shall I say. Don't take that as fact. It's my own speculation. But I do see a high chance of Tears of the Kingdom being on the Game Awards. Then, you know, everything else, maybe Hogwarts Legacy, although Hogwarts Legacy had its own... They have their own live stream. They had that recently, looked really cool, the gameplay with it. I think Hogwarts Legacy won't be there because I think they will do their own live streams up until the launch. So I don't think it could be there. You never know. These games tend to overlap in marketing, that they will be at the Game Awards or some other big show. So Hogwarts Legacy could be there. Maybe Resident Evil 4 Remake, that's also a pretty big candidate that could be at the Game Awards. All these games are also mentioned in the best, most anticipated category for most anticipated games. Final Fantasy was there, Zelda was there, Resident Evil was there, Starfield was there. All these games got nominated for being the most anticipated video game. We will go actually over the awards pretty quickly because I want to discuss some of that as well. Quick little update. I just found out when I was making this video and editing this video, some more news came out towards the Game Awards. Insider Gaming also has a new article claiming here that Star Wars Jedi Survivor is going to be at the Game Awards as well. So that's another game that we can put on our speculation list. Let's quickly read over these details towards Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Sources have said that Star Wars Jedi Survivor will be featured at this year's Game Awards, which will be taking place on December 8th. Insider Gaming has learned that the announcement will include a new trailer, release date and pre-order date. It's believed that the announcement will be made around 30 minutes into the show. So they even may know when in the show it's going to be announced. That's really, really interesting. According to the industry insider Jeff Grubb, Survivor will be released in March 2023. That's a very short marketing spent time. I thought the game would be delayed at this point. They only have then, I guess, December itself as well. So December, January, February and March to basically, that's just 4 months of like marketing. Of course, it's Star Wars. Everyone knows Star Wars, so that might be making it easier, which matches EA's own release calendar of a major IP release in Q4 and ends March 31st, 2023. So we have here this timetable slot, and you can see in Q4 Dead Space, which is of course releasing in January or February, I don't know anymore. PGA Tour, Super Mega Baseball, a major IP and a partner title. Now this partner title is probably already the game that we know of, Wild Hearts, that's going to release in February. So this major IP is probably the sequel towards Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is Survivor. So that's very interesting that we got this news just when I was recording this video. Maybe some more will drop today because Insider Gaming had more stuff for today. But it looks like Star Wars Jedi Survivor will also be at the Game Awards with a new trailer and a release date maybe for March. So that's pretty interesting. If I hear anything more, I will of course update you guys. So let's go over quickly all the nominees for this year. Normally I focus more on the news stuff, and that's also the most important part. But I quickly wanted to go over my opinion of what I thought were the best games. And I won't go over every category because there's also esports and stuff like that. I don't care about that whatsoever. So I'm quickly going over what my opinions are for the Game Awards. So, Game of the Year this year, we have A Plague Tale, Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War, Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now, I played most of the games on this. I think I played all of them. I don't own Elden Ring myself. I played at a friend's house for that one, but I do own all of the other games. So, my pick would go to God of War, Ragnarok. Just because I don't like Souls-likes. I don't like Souls games, so Elden Ring is not for me. I do think Elden Ring will win this category. Also, God of War does make a very good chance to win, but I think this will go to Elden Ring. That's probably the favorite one, shall I say, for the public. I also really loved Forbidden West and Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Stray as well. Plague Tale Requiem. So I had high expectations of Plague Tale Requiem because I played Innocence, and that was a very good game. And I did not like the story direction for Requiem. I did not like the ending. So for me it was a bit of a disappointment, actually, a Plague Tale. That's maybe a hot topic. Not a lot of people agree probably with me on that. They really loved how the story was going, but I don't. Especially the ending though, more. So for me, my vote goes to God of War Ragnarok. Let me know in the comment section down below what your game of the year is. And then we have Best Game Direction. Are awarded for creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. Probably also going to Elden Ring, but I will also vote for God of War on this one. Maybe also Stray, because Stray is a very cool indie game with its direction of exploration, which I really loved, and being a cat. Horizon Forbidden West is just a very polished open world game. It's improved on a lot of stuff from the first one, so I don't think its direction is necessarily better. But it probably go to Elden Ring, but I would also vote for God of War. Then Best Narrative, absolutely God of War. If you disagree with that, then what's wrong with you? I'm sorry. Elden Ring, no. These Souls games, they have lore and stuff like that, but I'm searching more for... shall I say, a directly told narrative. There is nothing wrong with... I always say this in my reviews as well on Ace Eyes. There's nothing wrong with environmental storytelling, but environmental storytelling shouldn't be the one overtaking normal storytelling. That's my own opinion. That's really why I love Skyrim, for instance. Skyrim doesn't have the best narrative out there, but you have... Or Witcher 3 might be a better example. Witcher 3 has a directed narrative, and there is also environmental storytelling, but it's in the details. And it's not the forefront of the storytelling, if that makes sense. So that's why I vote more for God of War Ragnarok. It might be a bit too much voice acting and bit of much of characters walking and talking, but the story at that game is really cool, and it's emotional, and it gives a great ending to Kratos, his, shall I say, storyline. Best art direction. Elden Ring does have a really cool world. Scorn, I have not played that, and it looks... I do not like those type of horror games. Stray has also very cool art direction as well. Horizon Forbidden West might even deserve this, in my opinion. The art direction there is very cool. The open world, the robots, stuff like that. I could give this to Horizon Forbidden West. The art direction in God of War Ragnarok is also really cool. Everyone can win this, to be honest. Best score and music. Definitely Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They deserve this. The soundtrack in that game is... All the Xenoblade games have great soundtrack. This needs to go to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I don't care what anyone says. God of War's music is cool, but I don't find it memorable, if that makes sense. Metal Hellsinger, I haven't played it. It's a lot of metal music, probably. I like metal music, but I haven't played the game. Xenoblade Chronicles, though, that orchestrated music is great. I would pick Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Then, best audio design. I'm not an expert in this category. I know Call of Duty always has good sound design, but I will probably give this to God of War or Horizon Forbidden West, because those are my favorite games. So yeah, probably one of those two. Not really a category I'm not really familiar with. Best performance, definitely Kratos, God of War. Just Christopher Judge, great performance as Kratos. And even also Sonny Sul Jing for God of War. I think he is Atreus. Could be wrong. The God of War actors do a great job. They deserve it, especially Christopher Judge. Give it to him. I would vote for him. Games for Impact. I haven't played any of these games, so I can't give a judgment towards this category. So I'm going to skip this. Best ongoing game. I don't play these games. I usually play single player stuff, but I'm a big Final Fantasy XIV fan, and I've heard a lot of great stuff on Final Fantasy XIV. The expansions and Walker, great stuff. So probably this deserves to go to Final Fantasy XIV. Best indie game. I haven't played Neon White. I haven't played Cult of the Lamb either. Stray is really good. I played that, really cool game. I played a little bit of Tunic, not finished it. Also a good game. And Shifu, I played that a little bit as well, is also good. I think Stray deserves this. Stray is probably one of my favorite indies this year. Give it to Stray. I would give it to Stray. Mobile game, no. Skip. Best community support. Final Fantasy also probably. Best innovation and accessibility options. This is probably... You can give this to God of War Ragnarok. The accessibility options in that game is endless. So many accessibility. Sony does this always really good. I know The Last of Us Part 1 probably also has a lot of accessibility options, even though I haven't played Part 1. Of course, I've played the original one, but I skipped on buying the PlayStation 5 version because it was too expensive. God of War Ragnarok, though, the stuff in there, the accessibility options, great stuff. I would vote for that. I haven't played the other games. Best VR AR. Yeah, I don't know. I have a VR, but I've played Resident Evil VR 4. Resident Evil 4 was really good, but none of the games really speak to me in this category, so I'm going to skip it. Best action game. Bayonetta 3. Definitely, I would vote for Bayonetta 3. That game is awesome. I love Platinum and their action combat systems. That game is pure fun. I love the combat so far in that game. I'm also probably doing a review for it for Ace Ice, which I'm not done with yet. I don't know why Call of Duty is in this category, because it's a first-person shooter, but oh well. Shifu also probably deserves this to win this, but please give it to Bayonetta 3. That is an action game through and through. Great combat system. Yeah, that game is just pure fun to play. Best action adventure game. Definitely also going to God of War Ragnarok for me. I could also see this going to Horizon Forbidden West as like a best adventure game title. Stray is also really good. Tunic is also good. I wouldn't be angry if Tunic would win this or Stray, but I would give it to God of War Ragnarok too. Best role-playing game. Now, this is normally my most favorite category because I love RPGs. And as you guys know, I don't like Souls games. Elden Ring will, of course, win this. I have no say in this category because everyone will vote for Elden Ring. But I will give this to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I reviewed that great game. I did have some issues with it when it came to the story front, but gameplay-wise, this game is so amazing. I have not played Triangle Strategy. I still need to pick that up. Pokemon Legends Arceus, I've played that. Is also really good. Live Alive, I've played that. Is also really good, but it came a bit too short, in my opinion, to be a Game of the Year title. So I would vote for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but Elden Ring is going to win this category. Best fighting game. I usually don't play fighting games. I think Sifu is... Technically, Sifu isn't a fighting game, though. It's a action game. So probably this would need to go to Multiverse or maybe King of Fighters. I have no knowledge on these fighting games, so I'm going to skip that as well. Best family. Definitely Mario plus Rabbids. I really enjoyed that. I would give this to Mario plus Rabbids. Really deserving. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I played that a little bit as well. It's also really good. So one of these two. It's mostly dominated by Nintendo titles anyways. Best sim strategy. I'm not a strategy guy at all, so I would probably go for Mario plus Rabbids. Best sports game, I'm going to skip that. I never play sport titles. Best multiplayer. Splatoon 3 maybe. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I played the beta. Was okay. I'm not a fan of Overwatch 2, what they did with that deleting Overwatch 1. So this is a pretty controversial, shall I say, pick to pick. Probably then Splatoon 3, I suppose. Best content creator. I don't know any of these guys. I know Nibellion, but he left the Twitter platform. Don't know why they still want to have him here. Carl, isn't he from Mr. Beast? I could be wrong. Isn't that the Carl from Mr. Beast? I know Ludwig. I don't follow Ludwig at all. I don't know who Noburu is, and I don't know who this woman is. I guess Nibellion. I like his short tweets. if you can count him as a content creator, he isn't really. He posts tweets, you know, but I don't see him really as a content creator. That might be harsh. But yeah, I don't know about this category, so I'm going to skip. Debut indie game, Stray for me. I haven't played Vampire Survivors. I've heard good things about it. Neon White, I haven't played that either. Norco as well. Best adaptation. This is very difficult. It would go between Arcane and Cyberpunk Edgerunners for me. Both of them are great. I think I will go with Cyberpunk Edgerunners though. Or Arcane. Or Cyberpunk Edge. I love the world of Cyberpunk more. So I guess I would take Cyberpunk Edgerunners at the end of the day. But it's a hard decision between these two for me. Most anticipated game. This is more my stuff. I am anticipated for all these games. Hogwarts Legacy 2, Final Fantasy and Starfield. I think Legend of Zelda is probably going to win this, knowing the fandom behind it and the critics. They always prefer Zelda. Starfield I am technically more excited about, but the problem is that it's a new IP and I don't know what to expect with it. That's the problem. But it has I think Starfield has the highest potential. to be great, shall I say. It has the highest potential to go the highest in being a great game. Not that all the other ones don't have potential, they all have potential, but I think Starfield has the most. And next to that, probably Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Hogwarts Legacy, as much as I love Harry Potter, I love that universe. And I do like the gameplay from what I've seen. I'm not convinced yet that it will be a masterpiece game, so it can go still wrong with that one. Final Fantasy I'm more sure of because I know the IP very well. And Yoshida is behind it, some very noteworthy directors and developers. I am technically maybe most excited for Final Fantasy 16, so I would probably choose this, but there's more potential, like I said, with Starfield, shall I say. So I will probably choose for Final Fantasy, but the potential is with Starfield. Best esport, nope, skip. Nope, skip esports. I think the rest is all esports, so I'm not going to do those. That's all the award stuff that I wanted to talk about. Game of the Year, I think it will go to Elden Ring, but I hope it's going to God of War. That's my opinion. Let me know what your opinion is in the comment section down below. Don't take these too seriously. They are just awards from one show. You have more awards. And of course, it's the opinions of some critics, so you can have a very fully different opinion. So that's all the stuff I wanted to talk about in today's video. Predictions I had towards the Game Awards. What do you guys think of the Game Awards? Let me know in the comment section down below. Which game are you most excited to see? Do you have any bold predictions that you want to make yourself? In the comment section down below, we can have a discussion. Maybe the next Spider-Man will be shown off. Maybe you think that I don't think it will happen. Or something else. Maybe Dragon Age will show up. New stuff that we could actually see in the Game Awards live stream. Or do you think it will only be Starfield or Final Fantasy? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's have a great discussion. I've been away for some time, but I really want to upload now more if my schedule allows it. It should be going back to normal now. And if there is any news, because the news is a bit slow these few past days. I also had a Final Fantasy video planned, a Final Fantasy 16 video, but I had to scrap that. It was on the same day as the previous video I had, but I was just too busy to edit 2 videos, so I only had time to edit 1 video and upload 1. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next GetWrecked Gaming News video. Bye bye.